G'day guys, it's Simon here from Pumped On Property, and in today's video we're going to dive into 6 of the major infrastructure projects coming to Queensland in preparation for the 2032 Olympic Games. Now recently we had a massive media release about all of the projects that are going to be coming to light. There is far more than these 6 projects which you can check out online, but these are the 6 of the biggest projects that we're going to analyse in today's video, and we'll have a talk about whether or not that's going to positively impact the Brisbane property market. Can't wait, let's get stuck into it. The first project is the biggest project that we want to talk about, and this is the new Brisbane Stadium in Victoria Park on the north side of Brisbane in Hurston. Now the new Brisbane Stadium is going to host some of the bigger events during the Olympic Games, with up to 63,000 people being able to fit in the stadium. Now I can't wait to go down there and watch the 100 and 200 metre final. Hopefully our boy Gout gets to the final and can bring home gold in the new stadium, which will be an incredible thing to witness live just 7 years in the future from now. But what I love about the fact that Brisbane is building this stadium not just for the Olympic Games, but obviously thinking decades in the future. Brisbane is home to one of the best AFL teams in the league, and they're planning to host major international cricket games in the future as well. They'll also be allowing big concerts where they think they will be able to get 70,000 people in the new Brisbane Stadium in Victoria Park, which would be incredible to go see some amazing bands that can get 70,000 people into the stadium. That would just be wild. The next major infrastructure project is the upgrades to the Chandler Sports Precinct in North Brisbane. Now this was originally built for the Brisbane 1982 Commonwealth Games and has been in use for over 40 years now, but it's going to be upgraded ahead of the 2032 Olympic Games, and this will include a parasport community facility as well. The next infrastructure project that we're going to look at is the Moreton Bay Indoor Sports Centre. Now this is going to be near the mill in Petrie, which is right next to the new USC campus up in North Brisbane as well. Now this indoor sports facility is expected to be able to seat over 10,000 people. Now this massive infrastructure project is going to have 12 indoor playing courts across 2 halves. The centre will be able to host basketball, netball, volleyball, badminton, futsal, pickleball, if it's going to be in the Olympics, and wheelchair rugby. It's also going to be host to boxing and many other indoor sports as well. Next is a National Aquatic Centre, which is going to be in Spring Hill in Brisbane. Now this will transform the existing pool site in Spring Hill into a brand new facility that should be able to host more than 25,000 people for the games. Now this world-class facility is going to have massive long-term benefits for Australia's aquatic and sports economy. Now the fact that Australia always excels and succeeds in swimming means that they're going to put a lot of priority to this type of project, because Aussies have historically done extremely well at the Olympic Games in the pool. Now the last project that we're going to look at today is the Redland Whitewater Rafting Centre. And this is going to be something that's super cool. I remember when Sydney hosted the Olympic Games and they built the Whitewater Rafting Centre out there in Western Sydney. Super fun thing for people to do. Obviously has great commercial benefits after the Olympic Games as well. Now this one being a smaller project, nonetheless still a major infrastructure upgrade for that area down in the Redlands as well. Now I know we've only touched on 6 of the major projects happening in Brisbane in the lead up to the Olympic Games, but what I would like to note is the 2032 Olympic Games is going to positively impact the entire Queensland economy, because we've only fixated on Brisbane for today, but they're doing some major upgrades down on the Gold Coast, up on the Sunshine Coast, in Toowoomba, Mackay, Rockhampton, Townsville, and Cairns. So something that is a bit different to how Sydney operated the Olympic Games back in 2000, where it was really just at the Sydney Olympic Park. Queensland has decided to approach this extremely different and spreading it throughout the entire state. Now the majority of the events will be hosted in Brisbane, and that's where the major amount of infrastructure spending is going, and that's where most of the jobs for these infrastructure projects are being created. Now there is billions and billions of dollars being poured into Queensland and Brisbane and southeast Queensland in the lead up to these games to bring these new infrastructure projects or redevelop old buildings, and they're also upgrading the major arterial roads. They're upgrading a lot of the public transport systems as well. So this is going to be decades worth of infrastructure development being squeezed into a 5 to 7 year period to get it ready for the Olympic Games, which I absolutely love that they've got the deadline in place where they need to get these things finished. What it means to you is there's going to be lots of job opportunities in southeast Queensland in the lead up to the games. There's going to be massive amounts of economic benefit. There's going to be massive levels of speculation around the Olympic Games. I would assume Tourism Australia and Tourism Queensland will be doing some of the most incredible advertisements that you've ever seen that will promote tourism after the Games to continue bringing billions of dollars into this economy. Now, back in 2022, there was an article from the Financial Review that said that they believe that the median house price could get to $1.4 million by the Olympic Games. Now, currently in 2025, it sits just shy of $900,000. So over $500,000 uplift in the median house price in Brisbane was the expected growth rate between now and the Olympic Games. Now, whether or not that happens, who bloody knows? I know when I look at the data surrounding the 2000 Olympic Games, property prices went up 97% during the years of 1997 to 2003 surrounding the Olympic Games. But that growth cycle in Sydney from 1992 to 2007 was one of Sydney's strongest growth cycles, and it was because of the Olympic Games. It brought so much speculation to the market. It put Sydney on the map, and what will happen in 2032 is Brisbane will be considered to be one of Australia's major metro markets. It will be compared to markets like Sydney and like Melbourne, and it's going to attract a lot of high income earners. It's going to attract a lot of international immigrants, and I'm super excited for this. Whilst they are spending ridiculous amounts of money on these projects and they may be in a deficit following the 2032 Olympic Games, it's cool to see that they're bringing all of these projects to light, and I'm really curious to see where house prices go between now and the Olympic Games, maybe even a couple of years after if it follows what happened down in Sydney back in 2000. But either way, let's keep our finger on the pulse. Let's follow these infrastructure projects. Let's see whether or not it's a positive or negative impact on the Queensland economy. Only time will tell.
G'day guys, my name's Ben and I'm the director here at Pumped on Property, and I just want to say a massive thank you for watching our content today. Now, if you're thinking about buying an investment property in the next 3 to 12 months, then the team and I would love to offer you a one-on-one strategy session. In that session, we can talk about exactly where you are right now, where you'd like to be longer term, and we can deeply educate you on the Australian market. And then you can take that information and go and absolutely smash it on your own, or potentially become one of the small number of clients that we work with each week. To book your session, all you have to do is go to www.pumpedonproperty.com and click that book your free strategy session button. But either way, we wish you all the best on your journey as an investor to financial freedom.